This video is for problems number 10, 11, 12, and 13 of the stretching and shrinking unit test, the reteaching for applications of scale factor. The most difficult thing about these questions is simply understanding what they're saying and trying to figure out what you need to do in order to solve them. Let's take a look at just a couple examples that came from your unit test. I'm going to start by taking a look at number 11. And number 11 said we had a dog, okay, in a picture, and we were comparing him to the real life dog, okay? And it said that the scale factor from the dog in real life to the picture of the dog is 12.5%. The hardest part here is understanding what the 12.5% truly means. If I simply turn 12.5 to a decimal, I'm going to get times 0.125. which is great information to know if I know things about the real dog and I want to find things about the picture dog. However, in this problem, I had to measure things about the picture dog and figure out things about the real dog. So this is a situation where I needed to realize the relationship between the scale factors going opposite directions. So if the scale factor from the real dog to the picture dog is 0.125, that decimal doesn't really help me because I can't create a reciprocal with a decimal. So I really wanted to see that we can figure out that 0.125 is the same as 1/8. Convert that to a fraction and you get 1/8. Now it's very easy to see that if we go from the picture dog to the real dog, the scale factor is the reciprocal. In this case, the reciprocal of 1/8 is times 8. So as we found dimensions, you were to measure the dog. I believe the dog was 2 inches wide in the picture. We wanted to know, or 2 inches long. We wanted to know how long would he be in real life. We took 2 times 8 to get 16, okay? And one of the other measurements I think you took, and I might have these backwards, is 3.5 inches. Okay, I believe that was actually his length. I'm gonna call it his width here. It doesn't make all that much of a difference. And you multiply it by 8, and we get our answer for how tall he would be. So realizing the connection between percents and decimals and fractions and scale factors. Okay, a percent doesn't do me all that much. 12.5%, 0.125. Need to realize I need to go the other direction. 0.125 is 1/8. The other direction is going to be opposite. Same thing if I give you 50%, you should realize that that is 0.5 or 1/2, and going the other way, it would be a scale factor of times 2. So that pretty much covers the dog question here. There were some other application questions in this section that really all stem from this information. If you took a look at number 12 on your test, reading through information is key and picking out what's important and what's not important. In this question, it said we wanted a 9x12 piece of paper. That doesn't simply mean that we can take our picture from a 9x16 and make it a 9x12. The 16 to the 12 has changed, but the 9 dimension hasn't changed, so that's not going to be a similar image. We needed to find which one of those 4 options was similar to the 9x16 and would have been smaller than the 9x12 that it would fit on the paper. So the key thing is just reading carefully and understanding what the question is asking and figuring out those conversions and being very careful when you go to answer the questions.